What if I told you that right now you are surrounded by invisible messages, vibrational waves, frequencies that speak, but few are able to hear? Everything is energy. But the real secret is not just knowing that, it is learning to tune in. Take a deep breath, because today you will remember how. Close your eyes for a moment. Now imagine the empty space between the atoms in your hand. Notice there is nothing solid there. Matter, as you know it, is nothing but energy condensed into slow vibration. Everything vibrates. Absolutely everything. From the smallest subatomic particle to the galaxy pulsing beyond our sight. All is rhythm, motion, wave, sound, frequency. The stones are not still. They only vibrate so slowly that they seem asleep. Light, on the other hand, vibrates so fast that it becomes almost invisible, untouchable, yet present in all things. Nikola Tesla, one of the greatest geniuses in history, did not speak by chance. If you want to understand the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. It is not poetry, it is universal law. The sound you hear, the thought you emit, the feeling that pulses in your chest, all are different forms of the same vibrational essence. It is as if the universe were a cosmic orchestra, and each being, each atom, each star, an instrument tuned or out of tune to a specific frequency. Here lies the revelation. The matter you touch is sound crystallized. Your body is light shaped into flesh. Your emotions are subtle waves dancing between the visible and the invisible. You live in a dynamic vibrational field where everything responds to the frequency you emit. What you call reality is nothing more than a well-structured illusion of energy, interpreted by your limited senses. But there is something deeper. When you begin to perceive life as vibration, you stop reacting to the world and start modulating it. You become the alchemist of your own frequency, and that is where true power begins. You are more than a body. You are a vibrational station, a sensitive field that constantly emits, receives, and decodes invisible signals. Your skin feels. Your eyes read beyond words. Your mind translates energy fields into thoughts, impulses, and premonitions. You do not merely live in the universe. You interact with it silently at every moment. Each of your cells pulses like a tiny receiver. Your subconscious mind scans the environment like a hidden radar. Your heart radiates an electromagnetic frequency extending meters beyond your physical body. And the most astonishing part? Have you ever walked into a place and felt an inexplicable shiver? A sudden anguish, or a peace that embraced you for no apparent reason? Have you ever thought intensely about someone and that person showed up in your life the very same day? This is not coincidence. It is resonance. You captured a field, a vibration, an energetic call unseen by your eyes, but not by your soul. The universe speaks to you in whispers, and the quieter your mind becomes, the sharper your spiritual radar grows. But be warned, if you are misaligned within, your antenna distorts the signal. Anger, fear, overstimulation create noise, and in the midst of noise, you become deaf to the messages of the universe. That is why the initiates always sought silence, meditation, fasting. not as dogma, but for vibrational clarity. True power does not lie in seeking answers outside, but in tuning your inner antenna to hear what is already being spoken. When you enter coherence, with body, mind, and soul vibrating in harmony, you become a crystalline receiver. You begin to notice hidden patterns, messages in encounters, signs in intuition. And then, what once seemed like coincidence reveals itself as part of a greater synchronicity, a cosmic dance of vibrations from which you were never separate. Here is a truth few dare to face. You do not see the world as it is. You see the world as you vibrate. The external reality is a mirror, reflecting with merciless or luminous precision the vibrational state of your inner world. You are a living magnetic field, and this field does not lie. It does not respond to what you say. It responds to what you are. Here lies the secret that transforms. You can only perceive what already vibrates within you. Anger cannot find peace, conflict, and disharmony. Fear does not recognize love. It attracts insecurity, doubt, and everything that reinforces its emotional prison. But peace? Peace. It needs no protection. It vibrates so high that it attracts wisdom, clarity, and purpose. Your vibrational state is your filter, the filter of perception, intuition, relationships, and opportunities. Like the dial of a radio, if you are tuned into the frequency of drama, no matter how much you say you want light, you will only capture noise. This is why raising your energy is not a spiritual luxury. It is a vital necessity. It is a matter of survival for consciousness. Living in low frequency is like walking in an emotional swamp. Each step heavier, each thought denser, each decision cloudier. But when you elevate your vibration, something magical happens. You begin to see the invisible, hear the unspoken, attract people, places, and experiences that resonate with your new frequency. You do not need to chase things. They begin to be drawn to you. Why? Because you have become a new field of resonance, and the universe always responds. Awakening vibrational perception is not a mystical gift reserved for a few. It is a forgotten ability that can be reactivated if you know the right keys to open the doors of the unseen. And these keys are not outside, they are within you. Key 1, inner silence. The first step is not to do, it is to quiet. Mental noise, anxious thoughts, judgments, distractions act like a thick fog, blocking the subtle signals the universe constantly sends. Silencing the mind is like clearing a fogged lens. When you meditate, when you breathe consciously, when you simply observe without reacting, you create space for the subtle to reveal itself. The invisible does not shout, it whispers, and only those who quiet within can truly hear. Key 2, sensory presence. Your body is the first oracle. The skin tingles, the heart races, the breath shifts. Subtle sensations manifest before the mind understands. These reactions are not random. They are coded vibrational responses. A place where the air feels heavy. A person who drains you simply by being near. A project that makes your chest expand just by thinking of it. All of these are energetic signals speaking through the body. But to perceive them, you must be present. When body and consciousness dwell in the same space, perception becomes alive. Key 3, active intuition. Intuition is not fantasy. It is subtle intelligence, the language of the soul which speaks without words. That sudden feeling, that certainty without logic, that inner voice guiding you effortlessly. It is your vibrational compass pointing the way. But beware. True intuition is always the first impression. The second is ego doubting. The third is fear sabotaging. Learn to trust the first signal, even if it makes no rational sense, because what comes from above is not always logical, but it is real. And with practice, something remarkable unfolds. You enter a place and you feel. You sit before someone and you know. You face a choice and you intuit the outcome. Everything begins to speak to you, not in words, but in vibrations. The world ceases to be opaque and becomes a field of hidden messages, living symbols, and pulsing silent signals. And you are no longer just an observer. You have become an initiate who listens with the soul. There is something that cannot be taught, but can be remembered: truth. And I do not speak of logical, ideological, or dogmatic truths. I speak of the truth that resonates like a sacred bell within you, the one that needs no proof. Because when it arrives, you feel it. Truth has frequency, and this frequency heals, awakens, and illuminates. You may not know how to explain it, but when you hear something that vibrates with your essence, it is as if time pauses for a moment. Your heart expands. A wave of peace washes over your body. And within, a silent voice says, "This is it." That is your inner signal of alignment. It is your energetic field recognizing a vibration that already exists within you, but was asleep. Truth does not convince, it reveals. And when you begin to feel truth beyond words, beyond books, beyond appearances, you enter the path of the initiates. For true wisdom does not lie on the surface. It is encoded in symbols, archetypes, silences, frequencies. The ancients knew this. They hid truth not to conceal it, but so that only those vibrating at the same frequency could access it. That is why some read and do not see, hear and do not understand, because they do not yet vibrate in the same field as what they seek. But when your vibration rises, you begin to see what was once invisible. Words gain new meanings, coincidences turn into signs, and the invisible becomes the primary language. You no longer listen only with your ears, you listen with your spirit. And that is the portal. From here on, the true path begins. Everything vibrates. Everything is energy. But only the attentive can listen with the soul and decode what the universe is trying to say. The question is, are you ready to tune your frequency with the whole? If this message touched you, leave a comment below. Share it with someone who also needs to awaken their inner antenna. And remember, truth vibrates, and only those in silence can hear it.